First question's from Dave Vassay. Go ahead.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
I was curious from your standpoint, has McKinstry made a statement to be part of this team on opening day? What have you seen from him this spring?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Zach has obviously shown well. We like the person, like the player, and he's not done nothing to dissuade that. Been moving around the diamond, like his at bats. I think that it's not about whether he's done enough to show that he can be a big leaguer or break camp. It's just kind of he's got to keep playing, keep getting better, and how that final roster shakes out, we'll know more later. But right now, he's having a really good camp.
How do you see your position player roster filling out? Do you feel like your versatility is a little bit less than what it has been in years past with different players?
Well, I think on the surface, certainly, when you talk about a couple of the most versatile players in the big leagues and Chris Taylor and Kike Hernandez, and you lose one of them, that cuts into the versatility. So now it's kind of our job to figure out how you can backfill that. But Zach is a guy that can do a lot of what Kike did in the left-handed batter's box. So we still have a ways to go. We still have a lot of good players that we talk about daily that could essentially fit that last position player roster spot.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
Next question is from Kirsten Watson. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave. Quick one for you. Are we expected to see Kenley Jansen out here this afternoon?
I'm sorry, Kirsten?
Are we expected to see Kenley Jansen pitch this afternoon?
No, Kelly's not going to pitch today.
Okay.
I think he's scheduled tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You got it.
Next question is from Jorge Castillo. Go ahead.
Actually, is he pitching today?
Yes.
Hey, Jorge.
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
To know that Kenley is pitching today. I'm sorry. I made a mistake.
All right. Yeah, I was just going to ask you. So why isn't Julio hitting today?
Why isn't he hitting? We're playing the Rangers. We could hit them, but Justin taking more at bats today is more important than Julio taking an at bat.
I was listening to something the other day. There's some people out there in baseball who think that the universal DH might actually it's still a possibility. Do you think that's still a possibility, or do you guys think it's not?
You know what? I haven't heard that. I hope it is, because that would be the best for the game, in my humble opinion.
So even in this late in the game, like it's a couple of weeks before spring opening day, you'd be cool with that?
Yeah. If the game of baseball were to pivot, I think that there'd be a lot of people in favor of that.
We spoke to Mitch White earlier today. He said he threw a bullpen recently. Do you anticipate him getting into a game possibly before the spring training?
I doubt it. I doubt that we'll get Mitchell in a game. It's not out of the realm of possibility. But looking at where he's at in the pens, facing live hitters, I just don't see it happening.
And he said he's like building up as a reliever. Is that how you guys see him now this year?
I think that right now it gets him back on a roster sooner. So when you're talking about a guy that can take down 2 or 3 innings, makes the most sense.
We also talked to him about, what happened at Atlanta a few days ago, him as a Korean American. I know you had spoken out about, the Asian hate, the anti-Asian rhetoric and violence. Just what was your reaction to what happened a few days ago?
I guess, anger. Yeah, I mean, anger. I mean, it's just, I'm saddened by it. It just keeps happening. And something's got to be done. More things have got to be said about it to bring, awareness and make it stop.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah.
Next question is from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead, Bill.
Dave, You've seen DJ Peters for a few springs now. What's lacking? What does he need to do to take that last step to the majors?
I think on the defensive side, he is there. The way he works, the way he can play all three, he's a really good defender. With the bat, there's been the consistency of at-bat quality, which for me, this is as good of at-bat quality as I've seen from him. So now it's about continuing to do that and then getting the opportunity. So I think that this year, whether it's early, whenever it is, I think this will be the year that DJ, gets to be a big leader, get some service time, and he's worked really hard.
When you say at bat quality, then it's not so much about swing changes or refinements. It's more about approach and that kind of thing.
I think it's a combo. I think that he's always wanted to, obviously make consistent contact. So it's not about, necessarily approach. I think it's more the mechanic part of it. He's got some long levers and there was a lot of swing and miss, but he's really cleaned it up. He really has. I think his stance is a little bit different than it has been in the past. And he's just the at-bat quality, swing that strikes, taking balls has been much better.
Thank you.
Next question is from Juan Toribio. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, we talked about catchers yesterday, but what have you thought about Will Smith and just kind of the spring that he's having?
Both our guys have had a good camp. Will's continued to grow as a major league player. There's certainly a lot more in there on both sides of the baseball. I think that they complement each other very well. They work well together. I just think that he's got to continue to get better learning pitchers, continuing to refine the skills receiving, but his throwing has been really, really impressive this spring.
He hasn't played a full 162. What do you think he's kind of capable of doing, especially at the plate?
I don't know. I just, I think with Will, with Austin, the combo, the sum is very good, and I'll take that sum against any combo in all of baseball, production wise, offensively, defensively. I don't know the kind of the divvying up the playing time, and but somewhere, around 90 games, something like that. I think that he can be a very impactful offensive player.
Thanks, Dave.
I got time for one more. Go ahead, Dave.
Let's end this on a good note, Dave. By chance, did you text your famous Michigan State alum owner after UCLA won yesterday?
So I should have poked fun at Bill Plunkett as well, but I didn't. The Bruins came away with the big win. So I picked my spot. So I did not reach out to Mark Walter. Yeah.
Or Magic.
Or I'm sorry, Magic. Magic. No, Magic. I'm sorry, Magic. So Magic, I'll wait to tell him in person. Sorry.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. You can do that for me, Dave.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks.